Michael Jordan has got to be one of the most successful sportsmen of all time. He's pretty much rolling in cash, but how does he spend it? Well, we're gonna find out. But before we get into the spending habits of this billionaire, won't it be good to find out how he earned so much money? Now, the answer to that might seem pretty clear. The man was an ultimate legend in the NBA. Even the modern-day greats haven't been able to surpass his performance, which is saying something. But surprisingly, he only made like what, $100 million from his NBA contracts? That's peanuts. Michael Jordan was basically the need of the hour in the league. With the sport gaining popularity like anything, it was important for one player to step up and be its face. And we all know that was exactly what Michael Jordan did. Now, of course, with such amazing performance came tons and tons of opportunities. Can you guess what these opportunities did? Yep, that's right. They got him more fortune. And to be very honest, all of this makes absolute sense to me. It's obvious that all the brands and big sponsorships were gonna go after the most marketable player. Michael Jordan was giving them just that. On top of this, the player also managed to grow his wealth a lot. Yep, he managed to make some wise investments and got some pretty sweet deals and collaborations that are still sending the regular green to his bank account. His endorsement deals were definitely among the wisest decisions he's ever made.
Went back and grabbed the old pair of Jordan 1s. It's the first shoe I wore in the Garden. So this is going to be the last shoe, being that this is going to be the last time I play in the Garden.
And hello, have you heard about Nike Air Jordans? That alone probably earned him a hefty amount of his fortune. Seriously though, who knew that when Nike and Jordan signed their deal in 1984, it would change the future for both of them? The business is so successful that they're currently earning over $150 million per year. So yeah, with that much money coming in, it's a given that Jordan likes to spend it on some pretty fancy items. And why wouldn't he? If you've got it, spend it. And that is exactly what MJ does. At the moment, he's the proud majority owner of the Charlotte Hornets. He bought the team in 2010 for around $175 million in exchange for 97% ownership. Now, is that money well spent? Well, the jury's still out on that one. But hey, he owns an NBA team. That's pretty cool, isn't it? And I'm sure that this keeps Jordan closer to his roots. Did you know that the team's now worth $1.7 billion? So if he decides to sell for any reason, he's definitely gonna turn a nice profit. Of course, owning a basketball team's gotta be a very difficult task, but that's not stopping him from indulging in other pleasures that life has to offer. Yep, the guy even owns a golf course. I bet you've heard of the Grove 23. Well, you might know it as the Slaughterhouse 23. Interestingly though, it's been tailored just for the great NBA legend himself. Now, isn't that cool? So basically, if you happen to find yourself in the Slaughterhouse, playing a game of golf against the great man himself, yeah, I know it's not gonna happen, but let's just amuse ourselves. Now, if you ever find yourself there, run! The course has been designed in a way that maximizes the NBA legend's style of play. And why wouldn't it? It was made by Jordan for Jordan. So yeah, you've got no chance to win. But apart from this, it's a pretty beautiful place. He even has a custom-built Carolina blue golf cart with his signature Jumpman logo on it. Who cares about winning a match? I honestly think that getting to take a ride in that cart with the legend would be enough. Oh, and get this. The golf course also has a drone delivery service that can bring beer and other refreshments to the club members. Now, that's amazing, isn't it? Alright, he's got a team and a customized golf course. What about his house? You might be saying, duh, that's like the most important thing. And hold on, I'm getting there. He does have a pretty cool house. Now, just like you'd expect, it's fully customized. It's Michael Jordan. Did you really think that his airness was gonna live in a normal house? His mega mansion has a full indoor court to remind him of the old days. And apart from this, he's also got a putting green. But it seems like the man is not gonna be living there for long. In fact, as of right now, it's on sale for $15 million. Apart from this, the NBA icon also spent $12.8 million in Florida building his dream house. And that's not the only property he has. He's also got a $2.8 million house in North Carolina near Charlotte. Now, personally, I haven't been there, for obvious reasons. But from what I've heard, he's got some pretty sweet lake views over there. So Jordan's basically worth over $1 billion, and he likes fancy stuff. Now, it only makes sense if I talk about his cars next. When Jordan first got his $10 million signing bonus from the Chicago Bulls, he spent it on a collection of fancy cars. That seems about right. He bought a bunch of Mercedes and Pontiacs, and if you want an exact number, then it was 7. And nope, he didn't get them for himself only. Yeah, he also gave some of them away to his family members. That's enough about cars. cars. I think jets are the new big thing. And as you'd expect, Jordan actually owns one. His jet's actually painted Carolina blue, and as for its ID number, it contains his jersey number. Yep, 23. And on top of this, it's also got the number of titles he's won, which I'm sure you all know is 6. Oh, and how can I forget, it's got the iconic Jumpman logo. That sounds like an amazing ride. Just by the way, he also owns a 47-meter mega yacht, which is named Mr. Terrible. That's hilarious. Now you've got the cars, jets, the NBA team, the mansions, and even a golf course. But that's not enough to blow through his huge net worth. So can you guess what's next? It's food. Well, not exactly. Michael Jordan actually owns many restaurants. He owns 1000 North in Florida and a steakhouse aptly named Michael Jordan Steakhouse. From the looks of it, it's actually a pretty well-performing business since they've got 3 locations: Connecticut, Chicago, and Washington. Oh, and that's not all. He's also got a Michael Jordan in Chicago, which is basically an upscale eatery that serves elevated American classics. So yeah, if you find yourself in any of these cities, you should try it out. But if you already have them, do let me know how the food tastes. Jordan's also invested in a tequila business. He created the Cincoro tequila brand in 2019 with a team of 4 members. Now that's a diverse portfolio, don't you think? Oh, and the great MJ is bound to move around a lot with all these businesses to look after. Well, it seems like he never travels overseas without a security team, and that's gotta cost him about $1,000 to $1,500 per hour. That's a small price to pay to protect the great Jordan, don't you think? Oh, and here's something. His code name is actually Yahweh, which, by the way, is the Hebrew word for God. Anyway, that's all for Michael Jordan's spending habits. Aren't they cool? We'll see you in the next video.
To compete, to win, that's all I live for, really. When you lose, you're easily forgotten. And I don't think anyone want to go to their graves forgotten. I'm not here campaigning for the best player in the world or in history. I'm not saying that. Because everybody plays differently in different eras.
All the talk about the Chicago Bulls is about Michael Jordan, the outstanding rookie from North Carolina.
Coming on this level is a brand new start for me, and I have to start from the bottom and work my way up. So, I think the hard work is ahead of me, and I'm willing to take on that challenge and go out and play the best I can.
Michael get it Bulls with a fresh shot clock. MJ. Oh, he did it! And Michael shakes the finger. Jordan.
He kept it in bounds. Here it is again. Oh! Yes! Whose game is it? It's Michael Jordan's game.
Consistently game in and game out. But against the Bulls, he does. Here's Jordan. He blows by Pearson. Jammed it down. He blew by
Jordan out front, pressured by Dennis Johnson. Michael in the drive, in from the right. Hesitation move, to the hoop for the right. Scoop shot, good on the reverse.
Michael!